Happy Monday, everyone. This is Martha with Nature Niche, and at least in our part of Michigan, this December we had some weird, warm, almost spring-like weather this weekend. Warmer temps, lots of wind, and we had some trees come down. And I thought it might be appropriate this week to talk about an ecological term known as coarse woody debris, or CWD for short. So this term includes dead woody plant material that can be down material like logs on the forest floor, the stumps, limbs, upturned tree, root wads, and all these things in various stages of decay. Sometimes ecologists also include standing dead woody material, dead trees, known as snags. And these different kinds of coarse woody debris are very important for the health of both our forested and aquatic ecosystems. Coarse woody debris is really important for nutrient retention and cycling. So that material contains phosphate and potassium and nitrogen that the plant material holds that then get slowly released back into the soil for plants to reuse. Coarse woody debris is also a long-term carbon storage mechanism that slowly releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And it's important for creating organic matter and keeping the soils of our ecosystems healthy, and helps with moisture retention. Downed trees can also form nurse logs, which are really important to help certain tree species regenerate, get those seedlings established and growing. An example are birch seedlings tend to do really well on nurse logs, and especially in moist settings, even in forested, in swamps where there's a lot of standing water. Those logs can be important microsites for getting trees and other understory plants established. And also wildlife habitat. Coarse woody debris is super important for that. It provides wildlife habitat for our reptiles and amphibians, our mammals, everything down from small mice and shrews up to bobcats and black bears. And for wood-boring insects, it's important habitat, our tunnel nesting native bees. And in general, leaving especially logs that are 18 inches in diameter or greater, that provides the most wildlife habitat value. But the coarse woody debris provides cover, so shelter overnight or in bad weather events. It provides a place for animals to be able to eat. It provides actual food for them to consume, and a place to nest and rear young. Coarse woody debris is also really important in riparian habitats. It helps shape channel morphology, so it creates areas of erosion and then deposition, creating riffle pool habitat, debris dams, slow down water, allow things to settle out, and provide different microhabitats for things like fish to be able to spawn, and for nursery habitat, it provides cover from predators, and the logs that are partially out of the water also provide basking habitat for things like turtles, mink, muskrats, and otters, and things like that. So they're very important to those systems. And the coarse woody debris provides microsites and supports species diversity. It provides a place for different kinds of mosses to establish, fungi and lichens. So coarse woody debris is generated by natural disturbances, so things like windstorms, ice storm breakage, insect outbreaks that actually kill the trees, Wildfires, things like that generate coarse woody debris, but so do human disturbances. So clearing for right-of-way, either creation or maintenance for our utilities and building sites. Downing dead trees if they're a safety hazard. And then invasive species management can also generate coarse woody debris. So many of our forests and woodlots are relatively low in the amount or the volume of coarse woody debris they have. And this is from past land use management practices. We have a tendency to want to tidy up our spaces, harvest down debris for firewood, do clearing and burning for clearing for agriculture and pasture lands, and just chipping debris to help kind of tidy up the forest floor around our yards. So that leads to habitat simplification and a decrease in biodiversity. So how can you increase coarse woody debris in your landscape ecosystems? You can let those natural disturbances occur. I'm going to show an example of that in just a second. But leave the stumps, leave tree tops, leave the down branches, and if they're in the way, you can accumulate them into brush piles like we have here to help keep access paths open, but still keep the woody debris in the ecosystem. You can leave snags standing if it's safe to do so. They will eventually fall and become downed coarse woody debris on the forest floor. And you can cut down trees if they're not safe, but leave them in place down on the ground. And if they're declining from old age or disease or structural damage from a storm and it's not safe to leave them, you can still keep them in the system by bringing them down to a safe level on the forest floor. So I want to show you a couple of specific examples I think that might help. We had a two-stemmed dead ash tree, and one stem came down with the storm this weekend, so we're just going to leave it laying where it is. That's going to be great habitat for all sorts of wildlife species in our side yard. And we are leaving the adjacent stem. It tipped and is propped up on a maple tree right now. But if it does come down, there's really nothing it can harm. It's away from our structures and our home, my bird feeders, and my nest boxes. So we can leave those things in place. When I was doing invasive species management on our autumn olive in our woodlot, we collected a lot of that material into wildlife habitat piles. So here's another example. This was a tree we lost about a year ago. It came down and it was actually covering sort of our side access into our backyard and our bird feeding area. So we just cut the log off, pulled the part that was where we have a lot of foot traffic, moved that debris into the woodland, and we left as much of the down stem as we could in an area where there's less foot traffic. So I hope that helps you understand the importance of coarse woody debris in our landscape ecosystems, and helps you stop and think after windstorms and other events. Think about how much and how you want to approach cleanup. Take care and have a good week.